So this is a lot of updates. Basically, they released the new banner with the 2 healers, and then they will have the new mode, the new PvE mode. Oh, interesting. So you will also get some reward just by logging in. Oh, because this is the holiday in the Chinese server. Okay, so we are just going to get some gold for today. This is a good thing because the event in the Chinese server you just get by from logging in. Usually, this kind of event is going to be like a point schedule, or you have to do something like finish World Arena, finish your all the dailies to get those kind of reward. So that's pretty nice, and it looks like the new PvE mode is not going to be available now. It's probably going to be available 2 weeks later. So we still don't have it right now, but we have the 3-cost scale, the new 3-cost scale available for a couple of characters. For example, Lanfont is getting the new 3-cost scale, and so this is actually a pretty strong 3-cost scale. It provides a passive, passive area to all the passive command skill to all the friendly units. So basically, if you have 5-star Lanfont, all the units within 2 range, right? It's like 2 range. Yeah, within 2 spots actually. So all the friendly units within 2 spots, they will be immune to all the states down, so you will not get anything like attack down, defense down. So it's actually a very, very strong scale, I think, because just because this is the first 3-cost scale that actually has a passive command. And this basically makes the scout team very good. You know, right now in the Chinese server, people are rushing, so it is very, very unlikely that you are going to stall a game. But with the Lanfont 3-cost scale, it makes the stall team possible, and it is actually a huge counter to characters like Rennie, because Rennie's 3-cost scale is basically, you know, you will have either the defense down or magic defense down from the 3-cost scale, and after that you are going to be vulnerable to other AoEs. With Lanfont, you are not going to have those states down scale. You may still have the and this is actually not a passive scale, this is just a command scale. So you will actually not get any this will never go away. Even you sell the passive of Lanfont, you should still be able to have this command. So this is actually pretty good. And then it is a 5 cooldown melee skill, so it deals like 1.6 damage. Your crit chance increased by 20% when you're attacking. Before entering the battle, you will actually remove two of the buff of your enemy. So another skill that can remove buff water from juggler, and then if you kill the target, then the cooldown of the skill is reduced by 4. If you didn't kill the enemy, but if you crit it when you attack, then the cooldown will reduce by 3 turns. So this is actually a pretty strong skill. Like even you didn't kill your opponent, this cooldown is essentially just like 2-turn cooldown. So actually I would say that's a pretty OP skill. So yeah, that looks a very solid 3-cost skill. I do have Lanfont as 6-star. I mean, strategy now has some interesting characters. For example, the new healer is in the strategy faction, right? And also, you still have, you have this tank that nobody use. You have Ashram, you have Reinforce, are all in a strategy faction. You also have Alestial. Leon is still a quite good character. Luna is quite good. So I don't know if Lanfont would activate the strategy faction overall or not. But I mean, this 3-cost skill is definitely one of the skill I think is pretty solid. This is a skill with command. I think all the skill with command is pretty good. So this is the Lanfeng 3-cost skill. And then I don't think we have released the other 3-cost skill yet from this patch. So we will just take a look at the new characters. So the new characters are, oh, it looks like they take out, oh, they still have the enemy here. So yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the name in English. Frontier, or something like that. She is a new healer that is supposed to replace the job of Liana. Liana is already not super popular in Chinese server already. Like some of the top players already kicked out Liana. So we will see if this one is going to be replacing Liana or not. And we have the other character, which is Yan. So she got a Chinese name, looks like. And this is an assassin character. I'm not super familiar with her yet. It looks like the 3-cost skill is a skill that can ignore the guard and deals 1.4 damage. So that's pretty high, and you get crit chance increased by 20%. If you kill the opponent, you can move again by like 2 turns. I don't know if this will stick with the Nitro buff. If it can, then it is going to be move 4 spots after you kill. So that's actually pretty OP. And then if you don't have any opponents, if you don't have any opponents within 2 ring, you will get this hide effect, which is super strong. You will not be targeted as like, for example, all the range scale or single target scale, they can actually not target you. So this looks like a super strong scale. Usually the assassins, you basically jumps in and you treat, and they die. This character actually looks like after you kill, maybe she gets a decent chance to actually survive. Cause I mean, moving 4 spots, or even just move 2 spots, will allow her to actually move into a spot where you have no opponents within 2 rings. So she will be entered to a state where the opponent will not be able to target her. So this actually looks very strong, and she also gets the passive to ignore the terrain effect, and basically you will also get super high attack if you are attacking on a defensive tail. This is also a super strong skill on assassin. This is just a super strong skill on assassin, and so it looks a very strong skill. And you have this support skill, that can move 2 spots. Move 2 spots again. So this is increasing her mobility and threatening range. It looks a pretty solid skill, and you have the all the OP choice for the assassins. You can use the this one that deals the fixed damage. You can use the regular assassin units. So that looks a pretty decent unit. The only problem is that now you can only receive the faction buff from Zorida. Otherwise, you have to use Gospel or Mass Attack. Basically provide a small attack buff. So this is her limitations right now. The skin is also very good. The skin definitely looks a top tier skin. So both characters are pretty OP, it looks like. If we check the character here, this one is Impair faction, Surgery faction, and the new faction. So the only problem for both characters are their faction is not super OP, right? You have Ares for the new faction, but then Ares really cannot cause the faction buff. So this becomes essentially a waifu faction. So Ares and his waifus is making up the whole faction. So that's kinda interesting. So we are going to do Yeah, let's do some summons first. I don't have super high amount of vouchers. This is only be a 50 summons. So we will see if we can get some. Okay, we are getting an SSR in the first summon. First 10 summon. Hopefully this can be a double SSR. Yeah. My banner on the old land use was super rape. I didn't pull any of the old land use, so I cannot really apply the mystical faction dogs. But yeah, let's see. Oh, okay, that's the new healer. Nice. Yeah, this one could be useful in even lower star. Liana is still popular, but some top players replaced her. Um, yeah, Liana is still popular, but some top player replaced her or just kick her out. Yeah, so looks like we already have the new healer. That's very nice. We're going to try it in a bit, and let's keep going for the other assassins or more copy of the healer. Yeah, maybe I should save some summons though, because the collab with Overlord is coming. Yes, this is the first day of this banner, and you can see from the chat that other players are summoning this character like crazy. Okay, no SSR here, which is fun. Overdrive Club, I think it's confirmed. Yeah, there have been a lot of info that is getting released. So I do think that's the next collab in the Chinese server. It could be next month. Yeah, it could be next month. We will see. It could be next month. Okay, last summon. Hopefully we can get another SSR here. So it looks like I'm going to change my sharding schedule because I am sharding Gizlov and oh, another SSR. Hopefully that's the assassin. Sakura is coming back. Yes. I don't know when it will come back, but it is confirmed that Sakura will come back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sakura is coming back. They didn't, right? This is the first day. We will see. We will see if players will decide to kick out her. I mean, kick out Liana for her. But I mean, it's just nice. So we get both the new SSR this time. That's very lucky. Maybe I should have saved my luck for the for the Overlord server. But yeah, I mean, I can't resist the waifus. So yeah, let's try out these two characters here. Yeah, now for the banners, you can try out the new characters, see how they work. There is going to be a little bit amount of story you can read. I'm going to skip here because we are not interested in the storage. We just want to see how the character works. So the 3-cost scale, yeah. So this is a very complex scale to use. So at the beginning, you will get some token. Yeah, it's called battle. Yeah, battle strategy token, something like that. I don't know how it will be called in the global server. So at 6-star, you will have 5 of this token at the beginning. Yeah, so you will have 5 tokens at the beginning, and then if you have faction buff, you will get 2 token. Yeah. So this is really like, well, I was talking about the 3-cost scale on Landfound being pretty good, and the Landfound can activate the whole faction. And yeah, I'm really serious. Like maybe players will be putting Landfound in their box because this healer is pretty OP, right? And she really needs that faction buff so that she can get more token, right? Because all the skills you will need tokens to, for example, yeah, you will need tokens to use those skills. Yeah, because the talent is related with token. So I mean, Leon. I think Leon is actually not too bad for faction buff. Burn is not really useful because Burn is a two-shot like character. But I do think Leon is useful if you run an Empire box. But I really think maybe Lanfont can be useful as well. Yeah, I mean, right now the faction buff is a lot struggle, right? So this character is in Empire faction, is in Strategy faction. So Empire faction really just Leon can call faction buff for her, and then Strategy faction is just Lanfont, right? Ultimator, yeah, Ultimator is just not really useful, and also Ares can call faction buff, but you would never use Ares to call faction buff. I don't know, like I just feel like you're not going to use faction buff on Ares. It's just not happening, right? So it's a vested faction buffer. Yeah, learn from this mixed unit, but I mean it's really good. For example, if you have, let's say, if you have a holy unit using a mage, for example, if you have, I don't know if this guy has, this girl has like holy land, but if you have holy unit and then you are using a mage, then it is already considered a mixed unit. Yeah, that command is really OP. Like you will get immune to all the attack down, defense down, magic defense down. So that's actually pretty OP. Yeah. So we will just use that. So the second part of the talent here. So basically, you can use like the first part is about the token. So the second part is about how to use those tokens. So at the end of the before the end of the move, you can use I don't know what it means, like a strategy token scale, and this can either increase the target's mobility or allow the target to move twice, or just heal the yeah, heal the target's troops health point. So that's actually really interesting skill. Yeah, we will see how it works. And then the skill that she is using right now, yeah, this is a very interesting skill. So basically, it's disabling the opponent's troops to act. So it's a huge counter to any of the single target unit. All the single target units basically they're getting shut down if their troops are not attacking. And this is also a AOE. No, this is not the AOE skill. This is a single target skill, with 3 range casting, and this is basically a mass heal skill. And also and also helps with the troops healing. Yeah. And the 3-cost skill is the AOE damage skill. And also applying debuff will removing debuff for the friendly units. Yeah. That's interesting. So we will see how it works. I mean, she is a unit for both like supporting the single target and the anti-single target. So she can make your single target unit better and make opponent's single target unit worse. So it's actually very, because she just works with the troops. Most of the skill has something to do with the troop, either your opponent's troop or your friendly unit's troop. You know, your friendly unit troop can get extra healing. For example, it works great with Claret, using like, let's say, Graphene Knight or Heaven's Guard. Those troops, like they will lose a lot of health points when Claret is attacking, but then with the help of this unit, then your troop can get a lot of help as well. Okay, so we're going to use that. So yeah, we have 5 tokens at the beginning. So I'm just going to Let's see. This is also a 3-range scale, so we can just use it here. So this is basically like the AOE scale. This is the AOE scale, but it is only like it is only targeting one unit, but it is the AOE scale. And then at the end of turn, you can use one of the strategy scale from the token. Yeah. They cost different amounts. This is something we cannot see from the talent part. So move again actually costs 5 token. So yeah, a faction buff is essentially like extremely important because you need those tokens. Like this one is the heal. Heal just cost 1 token, and then this one is the increased mobility, right? It costs 2 tokens, and then act again actually costs 5 tokens. So this is actually a lot. For example, we can use that into our friendly units. So he can act again. Oh, this is bad. So I need to. No. So I need to move this guy first. Yeah, oh, it's an act again scale. You cannot move 2 times consecutively. So in PvP, for example, this can be a it's just like Liana's effect, right? It's exactly the same with Liana's effect. Expect there is no heal from the scale. Yeah, so that's a very interesting unit, but I do think you need high star because lower star you will not have 5 tokens, right? I do think you need a faction buffer, so either you use Leon to call faction buff, or you have to use Lanfont in the box to cause faction buff. I still hardly find like Bourne to be any useful, so Bourne is not a good option. I still hardly find like Automotor to be useful, so Automotor would not be super good. Okay, so we can use the scale here. The 3-cost scale is a pretty huge AoE scale, right? So you hit and heal, and also remove the debuff here. And then we don't have we have 2 tokens now, so we can increase the mobility, for example, for the infantry units. So this is basically increasing 2 mobility for infantry. Yeah, Impair makes more sense. I totally agree. Yeah, I'm not going to finish it. It's kind of a little bit complex. So it looks an interesting unit. So the token is quite essential because if you can have a lot more token, you can actually, for example, if I have a faction buff there, I could have 2 extra tokens after I move. So that is going to be like 4 tokens. So basically, that act again is going to have lower cooldown compared to Diana's act again, but only at higher star. So if you check, for example, if you check the unit right now, at 3 star right now, it only have 2 tokens here. So I only have 2 tokens when the game started. That is not enough tokens for act again scale. So really, this is a unit that will require a lot of star. So for this season, it's gonna be a Wales toy, but I think I think that's a very interesting unit. The skill is super good, and the skill is like basically two part, right? You have mostly regular skill, and you have a skill that would require the token to cast. So that's a very strong character to have. And yeah, let's check what you need for the bond. So make sure you will not miss anything. This is Licolis. So you need Licolis to unlock her attack bond. You need Yan to unlock her defense bond. So basically, a banner that you have to summon both characters so that they will have enough bond. And we can check Yan here. So you would need you would need the other character, the Frontier's help to get the attack bond, and you would need Maya's help to get the defense bond. So yeah, basically to unlock the bond for these two characters, you need Licolis and Yan for the first character, this Frontier here, and then you need Frontier and Maya for the second character here. Yeah, I mean this is assassin, so it is in Nitro. It is in Nitro faction buff, but it's just there's no second Nitro faction buff, and Ares is not going to call faction buff. So I am expecting Yan is very hard to use, but it looks like the 3-cost scale for Yan is pretty strong. I mean we can try it. And she gets a Shadow Ride as well. So the Shadow Ride, you will just use the 3-cost scale when she gets a 3-cost scale. You are not going to run Shadow Ride anymore. And then the Awakening scale, yeah. Awakening scale is another Guard Ignore scale. Yeah, that looks pretty strong. Yeah, she's pretty useless. Like unless you have enough gospel. It's just like right now people are not using a lot of gospel in their box anymore. As I said, some people kicked out Liana. Most of players kicked out Ritual. So the only gospel you have now is like Detroit. So, I mean, even some player they kick out Detroit. So I mean, gospel is hard to get already. So if you want to have enough mass attack and gospel, it means you have to have enough healers in your box. I'm not sure people run a lot of healers in their box, so I'm not expecting Yan to be very popular in Season 5. But I think the other character, the other healer, even you're running her off faction, that could still be pretty good. Especially if you are using a single target focused box. She can provide plenty of the health. And I mean the AoE scale also pretty good, and also at the same time you can also kind of knock down your opponent's single target unit. So that looks pretty decent. And yeah, we can take a look on the assassin here as well. Yeah, it's kind of like right now it's very hard to make a box. Like you cannot have a super universal box that can kill everyone. So in the when you're climbing in a ladder, you just try different box, right? In playoff, you just you need to learn your opponent. You need to learn what he likes to use, and then you basically plan for your opponent. Like if your opponent is running a kind of like debuff heavy box, having a few of gospel and like dispel still makes sense. If your opponent likes to use single target, you just bring all the units like old land use or the new healer to shut down the single target completely. If you're like fighting against some tank push AoE player, then you use like Licolis and this kind of other things. So it really depends. And she got a very sexy teleport skill. Wow. So, and yeah, she got a very interesting teleport skill. And you can steal the buff here. and you can steal the buff from those guys. So I steal the 2 attack buff here, and then Silver Wolf just steal the other buff back. Yeah, she's an interesting character that can steal those buffs, and then you can use the 3-cost skill here. This is not doing much, so I need to be careful with the positioning. Make sure Silver Wolf will not be able to reach me. Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, the land scale is very similar to Reinforce. That teleport you to the end of the map, and then, but I mean, she's still assassin. Like Reinforce is not really assassin. Reinforce is more like a AoE character. She's still assassin. Like your main goal should be still to kill those squashes, right? Now I triggered her talent, so none of those characters can not target me. So if I just made it here, oh, actually, if you, so if I teleport here, no, that will not work. So if I teleport, where should I teleport? I mean, we can kill this guy already. This is something we need to test, right? I'm not really sure about now. We can check a little bit later about her bond. So 1.4 is pretty high. I mean, you can steal buffs with the 3-cost skill, right? So if you steal the, let's see, if you steal the defense buff, then maybe you can kill. No, you cannot scale buff. You cannot scale buff with the 3-cost skill. Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Maybe you cannot kill. There's no way to deal fixed damage also, but you can have the accessory that deals the fixed damage. We can check for bond. Yeah, sadly it is only available in Chinese for the Chinese server. Otherwise, you guys can have more access to the game and know a little bit about what's going on in the Chinese server as well. So it looks like the third bond is attack bond. Yeah, that's attack bond. Let me just check. Yeah, so the third bond is attack bond, which is great, meaning that she will have enough attack from the troop. Yeah, but I don't know if her attack is super good. We will see. Yeah, we will see what's the maximum attack that she can get. And you will also have increased scale and attack when there is enemies around your target, around you actually. Yeah, I'm not sure if she can kill actually, especially if you ban Zareda, that looks a big shutdown on her already. So I'm assuming, as I said, Yan is not going to be popular, at least for this season. We will see if she can be popular. For example, if this faction is going to get another super OP faction buffer that can call a faction buff, and he actually can indeed call faction buff in a battle, then maybe she becomes usable, right? But right now I didn't see how she can. So I'm questioning her ability to kill, and I'm questioning her ability to kill, and yeah, it's just that she got a perfect survive skill. If you do kill, then she can survive, but you have to kill at the beginning, and yeah, from the skill, it doesn't look like it is anything special to compare to the other assassins, like the assassinate skill. You just have a lot of crit chance with the skill, so you can kind of secure a crit. But you know, the maximum of crit you can get is 100. So if you have like if you have opponent have land use, then your crit chance is still not going to be that high. So there is a passive. So if you are fighting against your opponent, you will attack before your opponent can react. So that is pretty good. But yeah, it doesn't help you kill though. Yeah, I didn't see how she is better than other assassins, like in terms of killing. Like for example, if we compare to Deer Heart gets the 1.4 scale damage as well, right? Usually you still cannot kill super bulky characters, especially when there is a land use around. Yeah, that looks pretty hard. I don't think she's going to be very amazing. But the other unit, is going to be a lot better here. Yeah, these Floritia. Yeah, she's going to be a lot better, and she also got a very nice skin here. Oh, damn it! I cannot see the skin. Yeah, that skin is so cute, so damn cute. A must-have skin if global server has that character. Yeah, I think this one may have some usage. But again, you kind of like she kind of need a like I mean, I think she is already useful without a faction buff, but a faction buff is going to make her a lot stronger. Yeah, like a lot stronger because of the extra token you can have. If you can have like Empire buff, like you can again 3 times in 4 turns, right? Yeah, I mean not for 280 bucks, just for the skin. But if you spend anyway, if you buy the like weekly packs, maybe you will have enough for skin. Yeah. But yeah, but this skin is really good. It's really good. Wow. Wow. Look how she wow. Look actually how she work. Yeah, this is so cool. Look how she attack. Wow. This is so cool. Damn it. Yeah, I don't think I can resist this skin. Yeah. This probably probably have the equal of that skin of that in global server, but this is going to be 6 months later. So we will see. The other equal of light is also pretty cool. Yeah, we can check the equal of light here. Yeah, this one is pretty cool as well. But I think the other one is better. I think the other skin is better. Yeah, I think Zilong is really good in making all the skins. Let me see if we have more skins available. No, this is just the waifu skin. Yeah, I actually don't super enjoy that skin. I don't know if you guys think how good is that. Personally, I'm not a super big fan of the skin. But yeah, it is still one of the series of the wedding skin. I got the Luna skin. Luna skin looks pretty good. Luna skin looks really good. Yeah, like this is to me this is a top tier skin. Especially this one. The smaller Luna looks super cute. Yeah, this looks super cute. Better than Sherry's skin in my mind. So this is pretty much everything about this update. We're going to climb this account to Languisher level over the weekend, so I'm struggling about what box to put. There is still 1 month left, so like 4 weeks we can climb. Hopefully we can get Langrisser within 2 weeks, and then last week let's see if we can make to the top 256 or not. So right now we are using yeah, I'm trying to use a Gizlo focused box for this weekend. So Gizlo is calling faction buff for Lamata, Ruin, and Reinforce. We still have, I mean, land use is not going to be banned, right? So we are going to, it makes sense we have a lot of legend character here. If they do ban my land use, then I have Gizolov to cover those characters as well. We are not like super top tier player. I don't have super many characters built, so I'm still using Liana and Whaler in my box just because if they do ban my land use and Gizolov, I still need some sort of buff for like Rian, like Claret. Yeah, maybe I have to put. Maybe I need to kick out either Lamata and Reinforce and put back something like Luna, so more of my characters will be able to receive faction buff. So right now my Claret can only receive faction buff by land use and Zoraida. So that looks a pretty old box because I don't have, you know, those fancy new characters yet available. So we will see how this goes. The other way is to maybe put a Detroit in the box. So if we put Detroit in box, we will have one more Gospel, and Detroit can receive faction buff from Juggler. Yeah, so this is so far what I think about the Apex Arena, but we will see how things goes on the weekend, and we can always make adjustments for the box. So yeah, this is about the Chinese server, and then we're going to go back to the we're going to go back to the global server, and I'm going to review one of the game in the Summon Third Langrisser Season 2. So that is going to be Nitro versus, let me check what's the other player's name. So it is going to be Nitro versus Tosted Ham. So Tosted Ham is a regular server player from a like very new server, and he got 1-1 with Nitro, so that's very great. So we will see how Nitro actually lose to these new players, and yeah, how the new player get the win. Okay, so I'm going to start the global server for now. And when the new PvE content come to the Chinese server, I'm going to try out the new PvE content as well. It looks a very interesting content. Yeah, so basically it is kind of a mode. It's kind of like a survival mode. So you have to pick your character from the beginning. You have to grow them a little by little from map to map, and then you need to make sure they will survive all the maps. So it looks like a survival mode, so which is quite interesting. Okay. So we're going to reveal Nitro versus Toasted Ham. I'm just going to find the player. Okay, so here we go. Toasted Ham, and he gets Nitro 1-1 with Nitro. So we're going to reveal match 1, Nitro wins. So let me ping them. Okay, so this is one of the second group stage match, and this is actually a critical match between Tosted and Nitro. So let's see. Nitro using assassin focus boss. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 assassins. No, 5 assassins in Nitro's box. So basically, assassin focused box. And then Tosted here actually using a pretty solid box as well. So yeah, I think I mean there is a lot of single target units. There are some of the AoE units as well, like Leonhardt, like Angelina. So it's kind of a balanced box, I would say, a balanced box between the single target and AoE units. There are 3 healers from Tosted Ham, and also okay, welcome to the channel. And there are 1, 2, 3 healers from Nitro as well. So yeah, right now for some reason 3 healer box is very popular. Okay, yeah, so both players decided to ban Landius first. Ban Landius is a must for Nitro because Nitro is using a assassin focused box. Those assassins, they cannot do much against the Landius. Maybe Hihe can do something, but Landius pretty much shut down like Zoraida. I mean, Zoraida you can still kind of do the suicide build Zoraida, but yeah, but then your Diahad and Omega is gonna be shut down heavily, and also Alastro is not going to be super effective as well. This is why Nitro bans the Landius first. He needs to do that. Tosted Ham, although this is a mixed box between AoE and single target, but we can see clearly that he gets a lot of metal to kill Juggler with Ares, Net of Mystery, and Claret, and also Leonhardt. So there is a lot of Juggler Slayers here. This is why he banned Landius here as well. So both players are going to play a Juggler game. So they decided to go safe and play Juggler as the first pick on both sides as well. So second pick here from Tosted Ham is Detroit. Detroit can provide a Gospel. Yeah, Gospel is great. I feel like Zoraida here is pretty solid pick as well, because you will have a faction buff on Juggler, and especially in game where you have Juggler versus Juggler, the Juggler having a faction buff is going to be very great, because if you have faction buff, your Juggler can easily do like a 3-cost skill followed by Beast Shock. And this is one of the strategy that is very, very essential for Juggler. So yeah, I think having Zoraida is pretty good, and I mean Zoraida can kill plenty of the units here still, right? So yeah, I think Detroit is fun, but I would probably go with Zoraida here. So now Zoraida and Luna are banned, and there is a Hihe pick. Yeah, the Hihe can kill Juggler if you don't have Gospel, but if you have Gospel, Hihe should not be able to kill Juggler. And Hihe is very hard to kill the Detroit. So here we have the Ares pick that is heading to kill the Juggler when Juggler has no enough buff. Then you can kind of see if your Ares can kill the Juggler. But you know, my worry is that Tosted Ham is from a newer server, so his training is probably not going to be a similar level compared to Nitro. So even like these kind of characters that if you think about like a player from older server with like full training, that should be an easy kill on Juggler. But maybe without a sufficient training, this might not be an easy kill. Yeah, but we will see. Claret will have the Gospel from Liana here, so that should be good. And then here we have Yusuke calling Fraction buff for both Hitrate and Kihei. This Kihei is quite dangerous. Oh, Ham's training is the best on Ruger. Okay, yeah, but let's see how good is that training. Yeah, I mean, I know his training could be better compared to the other folks on regular server, but then at the same time, yeah, it's just it's a lot less time for them to play the game. So I don't think the training is going to be like super maxed out. He actually got better training compared to Nitro. I'm surprised why Nitro still his training is not catching up. Yeah, so Nitro has a better attack on the flyer, and yeah, Nitro has a better attack on flyer, but the defense is actually Tosted has better defense and health point training on the flyer and water unit. So that's kind of interesting. But Nitro has better attack here. So his flyer, Nitro's flyer is going to hit a lot harder. And we can also compare Detroit Unicorn. So Nitro has better attack. Oh, your attack is better. Oh yeah. Your attack is better. Yeah, so your flyer training is all higher than Nitro. Yeah, I don't know why, but it looks like Nitro's training is not catching up on flyer. Oh, you have 70% cavalry, but no max attack. Yeah, I can see from that, because this is on grassland, so Unicorn gets the bonus, and the Nitro's Unicorn is also on grassland, and the Nitro now is having a little bit higher attack here, and health point, but health point Tosted have better training, and yeah, magic defense. Yeah, it's probably because Nitro played the game too casual. This is why Nitro's training is even actually lower than a player from one of the newer server. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, Nitro farmed a lot of the dragons at the beginning stage. Yeah, that's kind of a wasted stamina. So yeah, the training is not actually catching up. So although Nitro was in one of the oldest server, the training is actually lower than Tosted time overall. So that's just one observation. Maybe we can compare the Holy training a little bit as well. So they have the same health point. Nitro has higher attack here. So, and also the defense and magic defense looks same. So Nitro has higher like Liana training. Well, I don't think. I mean, even free-to-play should have a lot higher training compared to Nitro right now. If you check free-to-play players like That Guy 7, or even some other free-to-play players, it's just a focus. If you focus on gym training from day one, you shouldn't be failing a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's clear that Tosted spends a lot more here. We see all the equal of light skin, whereas Nitro only have one equal of light skin here. Yeah, but just the training from like an old server shouldn't look like that. Yeah. You should have a lot better training if you focus on gym, but yeah, but Nitro probably didn't focus on gym, so that's fine. There's still plenty of time, right? So even in season 5 in the Chinese server, you actually don't have newer training to do, so you have time to catch up. You have time to catch up. Yeah. Nitro never played more Aniki for the first 6 months, so all the bonus time you have against the newbie players, you don't really have it because of lower trainings. And this is definitely one of the mistakes that Tosted Ham catch the Nitro, because all the units are not having a magical guard. So the Detroit just jump in, try to kill the Hihei, I guess. Oh. Yeah. That's actually a unfortunate trigger on the debuff here, but let's steal a kill. So I really don't know about a good level training, but I would say Tosted Ham training is definitely pretty good. That if you have a comparable training to Tosted Ham, then you should consider yourself have a good training, because his training is even better than Nitro's. Maybe except the assassin training, but yeah. So this is a trade from Tosted Ham between Hihei and Detroit. That is an okay trade. That is an okay trade. But Liana does not have the teddy bear. This is not a kill. Yeah, I wouldn't jump in here just because. I mean, it wouldn't matter, right? Why not just wait one turn? Because you only have one turn buff. The second hit is going to be very weak. You are not going to kill the juggler here. Yeah, if you're a day one player and I mean you have played the game so long, I would say you should have a couple of max 70% training for free to play for if you are like from the day one server or like week one server. Yeah, here it's really not the best timing to jump in. So I would call, yeah, and then you killed your Claret, which is someone you kind of rely on to kill the juggler. Now you can still kill the juggler, but then it's hard to win even you kill the juggler now, because I mean Ares is going to be a trait if you kill the juggler, right? Yes, this is so actually this game is very like the pick and ban is very similar to the pick and ban that I did with Dark Soul P, yeah. So basically, like I was setting up with Chloride and the other units. Dark Soul P was setting up with Yusuke and other units, and then Dark Soul P casted the Whaler 3-cost skill. So I basically just retreated all of my units. This is just the golden principle for single target units, like single target strategy. You retreat when your opponent is strong, you move up when your opponent is weak, and when you're strong. So yeah, shouldn't really have jumped there. Like another timing that you can jump is to wait for Yusuke to have no transformation, and then you jump in. That would be the best timing to jump in. You just wait here, because none of those characters can kill your juggler anyway. Like Nitro is not jumping in with all these things. Like you just wait till Yusuke run out of the talent, then you jump in and kill the juggler. Then it should be game over if you do that. Yeah, this jump in is dangerous because with Liana and Yusuke and Detroit, that should be a kill. And Nitro is not using a run skill here, so he is not messing up, because there is a wind cutter dagger, so this is a great skill to bring when you have juggler, so you will not remove the water of your own juggler. This is not going to be a kill, but then you have follow up with Liana and Yusuke, so that juggler is already dead. Yeah, actually the juggler just finished it up. Yeah, it's really, I would say, the reason that the Tosted Ham lost here is that the jumping period is not the best. I would say that he catch up Nitro's fault on not realizing there's no magical guard. So the trade with Hihei is actually pretty solid. But then, like after you trade with Hihei, Tosted Ham should have waited until the Yusuke run out of the faction buff and wait you have 2 turns of the buff on Claret to jump in. Then you secure the kill. So yeah, that's just something for this match. And then the second match, I didn't see Nitro is changing the box a lot. This box, Nitro is having a huge advantage because he has a Lastral in the box, whereas the Tosted Ham didn't have a Lastral in the box. So here, the first ban is Juggler. This is actually a pretty solid move because Juggler is calling faction buff for Lastral, right? If you ban Juggler, the threatening for Lastral just decreased by a lot. You still want to ban it though, it's just crazy on this map. Yeah, Alastral is still second ban, and then Zorida is banned. So it's a land use versus juggler game. Usually when I see land use versus juggler game, I would say juggler will have slight advantage, but we will see. Oh yeah, Nitro also ruins D1 boost on juggler, yeah. So it's like full range. Yeah, D1 boost juggler is super easy to kill though. Usually you just kill with a Claret. Super easy to kill. Yeah, if you study your opponent and know what he's using, then you can also make adjustments. For like the Wambu juggler, you just use a Ragnarok Claret and that's an easy kill. Even without any damage increase and flyer units, you should be able to kill a Divambu juggler. So Nitro is using Hihei and Detroit this time. Oh, no Ragnarok's rip. Okay, and Tosted Ham here have Ritual, Liana, Yusuke, Aris. So this should be an AoE focused team with Aris to clean up. So Yusuke, so Aris should bring an AoE scale, Juggler bring AoE scale, Ritual bring AoE scale. So although assassins are strong, but assassins are weak when after they are getting AoE. Oh, you brought the wrong skill on Iris. What are you using here? Oh, you're still using the single target skill. Yeah, I would say this is indeed the wrong skill. Yeah, single target skill on Iris doesn't work super well against land use, but we will see here. So Ritual using the AoE skill, Yusuke calling faction buff. Okay, Juggler has the 3 cost skill. So Juggler don't really need to worry about being killed because there is no faction buff on Detroit. No Yusuke's faction buff, not possible for Detroit to kill Juggler. But Hihei is something you would worry about. This Hihei is using the heal reverse skill here. So, but you need a gospel on the Juggler here, and still need to be careful with positioning because with Hihei, with like Wailer's buff, should still be able to snap squashy units like Ritual, or I mean snap Ares shouldn't be that hard with the help of Wailer. Okay, so we will see that. But then again, Hihei don't really have the range to kill Ares unless you have a breeze triggered. Oh. Luckily that breeze is on like land use. If the breeze is on Hihei, then it's game over. Yeah. If the breeze is on Hihei, then it's game over. This Hihei is just going to kill the Ares. Or I mean, maybe to kill, I don't know. Kill Ares would still be the best, or maybe you kill Ritual. That could be pretty bad for Tosted Ham as well, yeah. Hihei is a super RNG character. And Nitro is using the faction buff a lot earlier than he should have used. Like the Hihei now only have like 1 turn buff on, so after AoE the buff is over. So that gospel is kind of wasted, but we will see. Gospel on Juggler, yeah, that's the red move. Also, actually, I want to say something Nitro's positioning looks terrible because Juggler now can fix the land use. So although Tosted Ham is using the wrong scale, if you fix the land use here, that's like any of the other units, it's gonna be a free kill by Ares. So although I would say, I mean, the Ares using AoE skill here is definitely going to be better, but thanks to Nitro's like bad positioning here, that single target skill is actually going to be useful now. Especially now with Liana again on the juggler, you just fill in here, and then Ares can get a free kill. Nitro has now one chance to fill up the spot here with Ares. Oh, okay, he filled up with Ares, so that's fine. But then let me check. Yeah, he needed to fill up the spot there. Okay, another buff, another attack buff on the Hihei. Okay. Oh. Now the land use is indeed going to be fixed. And it will block all the, and it will reduce the mobility on the Hihei. Yeah. Hihei is not going to move anywhere. I don't know what the land use is doing there. Yeah, that looks okay. So mass retreat, which is fun. Yeah, mass retreat is fun. If you have mass retreat on Vela, you can, yeah, you can kind of bat out that. Okay, but now you cannot move in this turn. Cause there is a Beast Shock on Juggler, which can still fix the tank. So Ritual cast this AoE here. Oh, there is a Lucky Breeze on Juggler. So the land use, so the Hihei moves up, so land use will not get fixed. Actually, he wouldn't reach anyway, right? The mobility is not high enough. But with the Hihei teleport, then the Juggler can actually fix the Hihei now. Yeah, so the Hihei now is fixed. Gospel on land use. And Hihei is fixed. AoE plus the heal reverse scale, but that's not going to kill this turn. Yeah, this is not going to kill this turn. Ares is going to kill the land use now. No. Why is Ares not trying to kill the land use this turn? I think if Ares try to attack this turn, it would be better, right? Because the Hihei is still fixed, and you teleport all these units. Yeah, I think that's better because you still have Yusuke and Ritual to follow up. Yeah, and this is definitely a kill from Ares. I think better way is to kill with Ares. Oh, you thought you couldn't reach, yeah. But that's still a kill from Ares. Should be a kill. Wow. Yeah, Nitro's land use is super buffed. 1,800 attack Ares still cannot kill one shot that land use with like, what's the health point there? Yeah, this is really a buffed land use. But there is still another AoE damage after that, so that's going to be a kill. So Hihei is actually a counter to Ares. None of like Ares, any of the AoE skill from Ares will not hit Hihei because it is all like one ring, so the damage is always not going to hit Hihei. So yeah, like if you do like the Wind Whisper skill, it's never going to hit Hihei. So Hihei is actually a counter pick on the Ares, kind of a counter pick, if you think about it. So Hihei try to kill Ritual first, which should be a kill, and then he can kill the Juggler. But then Yusuke just kills everyone. So Nitro bring the mass retreat against the Juggler is definitely pretty good. That's a good idea to bring the mass retreat on Juggler, especially when you have two healers. So the Juggler bat will not be so deadly. I think it is better the Yusuke should try to kill the Hihei there, but this Whaler misplayed. Shouldn't have killed the Whaler here. Hihei using a Demon Troop, which is very vulnerable to a Holy Unit. Yeah, it's game over now. So I would say actually like there is some misunderstanding on Nitro because like on me when I was explaining Nitro, because I didn't see the technical retreat skill. So move up land use to get baited is a bet from Nitro, right? So he's trying to fish out the Juggler 3-cost skill, and then just use the technical retreat. This skill has a 5 cooldown, and the Juggler's 3-cost skill has a 8-turn cooldown. So this is definitely worth it. So here the Juggler jumps in. At this point it looks pretty dead, but then Vader can just mass teleport everyone back, which is pretty good. The problem from Nitro's side is more of he cannot kill the Juggler effectively. Neither the Detroit and Hihei cannot really kill the Juggler. So although you can defend from the Juggler's 3-cost skill, you don't really have the method to kill Juggler. Hihei, I mean, if Hihei can jump in, he can trade with the Ritual, or yeah, I mean, Ares is hard to trade because we will not have the range to actually reach Ares. So Hihei can trade with Ritual effectively, but if Hihei trade with Ritual, that is not, I mean, that is still pretty bad on Nitro because later you will still not be able to deal with the Juggler. And with Juggler, Ares and Yusuke, and 2 healers with a tank and then Detroit, it is going to be very hard battle for Nitro. So I would say the pick and ban from Nitro has some problem, because there is just not very effective way to kill the juggler. The Hihei is trying to do the job with the heal reverse skill, but then he gave Tosted Ham 2 God Spell. So this is making sure Hihei will not find an easy kill on juggler. Yeah, so I would say the mass retreat skill from Vader is pretty good on Nitro to try to survive from the jump. But in order to have Vader use technical retreat and high streak, the price is that you have to bring another healer. And then with 2 healers in the team and Landis, you lose the ability to actually kill juggler. There's no unit that can kill this juggler effectively. This is basically what really costs the game. In the end, the breeze on the juggler also helped on applying the beast shock. And there is a mistake from Nitro to teleport up the Hihei here. If Nitro teleported the Hihei, I would say, somewhere else, then he can kind of kill the ritual for free. If Nitro can kill the ritual for free, then it is going to be a different story. So I don't super enjoy the AoE from ritual here. Triggering breeze is pretty nice, but if the breeze is not triggered, then there is not really much follow-up here, right? Yeah, because the juggler cannot really follow up. Move ritual here basically means ritual is dead from Hihei. Yeah, and that's hardly a trade actually, because if you try to kill with Ares on Hihei, then Ares is going to be finished by Detroit, and then it will be not a very effective trade. Yeah. Yeah, but if Tosted Ham takes the game slowly, Nitro will find it super hard to kill the juggler, yeah, he can still take the win. Yeah, but this ritual jumps in and triggers the breeze on juggler is definitely something very lucky from Tosted Ham. Yeah, so the overall pick and ban, I say Tosted Ham has a better pick and ban, but Nitro played pretty well here as well, especially bringing the mass retreat from Vader is pretty good. It's just that the pick and ban is not effective here to kill the juggler and also kill the rest of the team. Okay, so that's all about this match. Okay, so congratulations on Tosted Ham to advance to the final stage. We will see if we will have like more interesting battles from Tosted Ham. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be the end of today's stream. I will see you guys later. Peace.